Have you ever wondered why you're not successful yet and you're looking around at all these other people living out your dreams? Well, stick around because now you have tuned into part 2 in our series on the 7 reasons why you are not successful. Hi, I'm Ayana, a lifestyle content creator and a corporate professional for the past 20 years. I've spent the better part of my career coaching executives and leaders across all industries, teaching them what it takes to be successful. And so I'm going to need you to buckle up, Buttercup, because we are about to talk about the steps you need to take to have a plan in order for you to achieve your goal of being successful. Okay, so without further ado, let's jump in on week 2. You don't have a plan. So let's get into this conversation about the importance of having a plan if you want to be successful. Sis, let me tell you something. A goal without an action plan is just a daydream. The issue is not the goal, but having an action plan. So today we are going to dive in and we are going to talk about how do you create an action plan to help you get to your level of success. Okay, so the first thing I want you to do is to set SMART goals. So let me define for you what a SMART goal is. S is for specific. We talk a lot about being specific in video number 1. So again, if you haven't, make sure you head back there and watch that video. Number 2, make sure the goal is measurable. It also has to be attainable. The R is for realistic. And the last thing, which I think is so important and people forget, it has to be time bound. There has to be a start, a middle, and an end. So here's a really good example of a SMART goal. Let's say you wanted to set a SMART goal related to weight loss. The SMART goal would be, I would like to lose 20 pounds in the next 6 months. Okay, so now it is specific, 20 pounds. It's measurable, obviously. You can count how many pounds you're losing. Attainable, for sure, in a matter of 6 months, you can lose 20 pounds. Is it realistic? Yeah, sure. I didn't say I want to lose 100 pounds in 6 months. And is it time bound? Yes, because I said in 6 months. Okay. So once you've identified your SMART goal, the next thing you want to do is to identify the specific tasks and steps that you're going to take to achieve that goal. Okay, so again, let's follow this thread along with the weight loss. So what are the steps that I'm going to do? I am going to work out twice a week. I am going to make sure that I'm getting enough rest, at least 8 hours of sleep, and I am going to drink 8 glasses of water every day. Okay, there you go. These are the 4 steps that I need to take to ensure that in 6 months I would have achieved my goal. And now, number 3, the next thing that you want to think about is what resources do you need to accomplish this goal? Do you need a gym membership? Do you need a water bottle? Do you need a smartwatch? What are the resources that you're going to need in order to help you achieve that goal? Now, as you have your resources, you've thought about the steps you're going to take, the next thing you want to do is prioritize and sequence. So if you decide on a Monday that you want to start, implementing this action plan, maybe Monday your schedule is too hectic for you to get to the gym for 30 minutes that day. So maybe that day the focus and the emphasis is on, making sure you have your water bottle, drinking your water throughout the day, tracking your steps, right? So you're prioritizing what can happen now versus what might happen 2 days from now. The other piece is set milestones for yourself, right? Sometimes when we have these big goals, it's easy to get discouraged. And so one of the things that you can do is to create milestones for yourself along the way, or checkpoints along the way. So if your plan is to lose 20 pounds in 6 months, then maybe your goal is after 1 month, you want to lose 3 pounds. Okay, great. So that means at the end of 30 days, you have the ability to now track your progress. You have the ability to say, okay, is my plan working? Is it yielding the results that I want? And the next piece is, if those results are coming, celebrate that win, okay? Sometimes we think, oh, it's not big enough to celebrate. Girl, girl, bye. Celebrate all the time. You drop a pound, celebrate. Now, don't celebrate by eating cheesecake, okay? Don't do that, because that would derail your progress. But you get what I'm saying, right? You want to celebrate those wins so that in your mind and in your spirit, you're celebrating, and there is a spirit of positivity around accomplishing these goals, so that even when it gets hard, you still have this sort of mental marker in your mind of where you hit a goal, you hit a milestone, and you celebrated a win, and that's going to motivate you to keep going over the next 5 months that you have left in your plan. And the last thing that you want to do as you are setting up your action plan on your road to success is you want to implement the plan, stick to it, but also monitor and track your progress and be ready to pivot if you need to. Now, here's a little bit of a disclaimer. Sometimes we have goals and we put plans in place, and 2 weeks later we're checking and we're like, this ain't working. And it's like, sis, you didn't give the plan enough time to actually yield results. So don't throw out the baby with the bathwater. Just because you haven't seen results in 2 weeks does not mean the plan is not working. So when I say monitor and track your progress, what I do mean is make sure you give your plan enough time so that you can see if the steps you're taking are yielding results. So let me recap all of that for us again. So remember, we are talking about the 7 reasons why you are not successful. We are on week 2. Week 2 is all about having an action plan. Week 1 was all about declaring your destination. Where are we going? What are we trying to accomplish? Let's not be vague and general, like, oh, I want to be successful. Oh, I want to be, the next big thing. What does that mean? How do you get there? What exactly does that entail for you? So once you identify your destination, the next thing you need to do is put together an action plan, because we can have goals and wishes, but if we don't have a plan to chart the way forward, how do we know where we're going? How do we know if we're going to get there? So as you're putting together your action plan, here are the things that you need to do. First, you're going to set SMART goals. We've already talked about that a ton in this video. So if you forgot what that is, either rewind or hit up Google, because trust me, there's a ton of articles about that. Second thing you're going to do is identify the tasks that you need to implement in order to get to your plan. So what are the tasks and what are the specific steps that you need to take? The third thing you want to do is determine what resources do you need to help you be successful with your action plan. Next thing you want to do is prioritize and sequence your steps. What needs to come first, what should follow, and set markers along the way so that you have milestones to help you know if you're being successful and if you're tracking along with your plan. And then you want to celebrate. You want to celebrate every single milestone that you successfully hit, because that is going to help you when it gets hard to keep progressing forward. The last thing is you want to monitor and track your progress and be prepared to pivot if you have to. But don't pivot too soon. Give your plan time to work. Give yourself time to actually implement the steps over a period of time to see if it is successful. And if it's not, then you'll have the ability to go back and figure out which pieces of your plan need to be adjusted. Okay, so we are going to continue our series over the next couple of weeks. Please stay tuned. Make sure you like this video, subscribe, turn on notifications, all the things, so that when I drop the next video and we start talking about shiny object syndrome, you will know when that video is ready to go. So thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you watching my videos. Please check out other videos on the channel, and I can't wait to see you next week.